You want a prop?
Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am just laying here. I look horrible because I've been going through some stuff that happened um beginning of this week that just was bothering me so much. Um Something that happened with between my kids, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat 2 days straight. I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep. I tried to put something in my mouth and it was like I wanted to throw it up. Um, I don't wish this on nobody. I really tried to stay strong. Um, and I had to stay strong for the other kids. And
Play with me. Play with me.
look at
Play
her.
with me.
That
Play with me.
prayed. I prayed, and I called one of my coworkers, and a coworker, and she prayed with me. And I had it was too much for me. I felt like I was going to end up in the hospital. My heart, I started having pain in my chest, and um,
Leave my bed on fire.
just didn't feel my life just didn't feel right. So what happened is, on Wednesday, both my boys, two of my boys, got into an argument with each other. Wednesday morning before I left to go to work. I went to work, and I guess that argument was settled. But again, it started up a second time. And being that it started up a second time, it was worse than the first argument. Um, the, I don't want to give names, and I'm not going to give the names of my boys on here right now. So we're just going to say
Matthew.
Matthew and Matthew and Josh. Okay, so they both got into an argument, and Josh, actually, I we got a car for both of them to share. And since Matthew was the oldest one and he had his driver's license, we decided to put it in his name. But we spoke to him and let him know that even though it's in his name, that it's for both of them. So, the day they got into an argument, that's the first thing he used against his brother, telling him that the car is his, and he wants his keys back because I have two sets of keys. He has one, and the other son has one. My other son has one. So he's telling what was their name again? Look, I don't even
Matthew and Josh.
Matthew and Josh. So Matthew is telling Josh that he wants his key, and that's his car because the car is in his name, and blah 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 blah. And Josh got upset because before he was like, "Mom, don't do that." He's gonna try and think that this car is his, and I'm like, you know what? I trust him, and he's not gonna do that to you. Why I said that? Because that's exactly what happened, and Josh got so pissed off and decided that, okay, this car is ours, and he's gonna go to the store in the car. Okay, so he got in the car, and I don't know because I wasn't here, so I don't know if he started the car or what. But Matthew saw that he went into the car and went after him in the car, and while they were in the car, the front seats of the car, the passenger and the driver seat, they were fighting, and Joshua punched Matthew in the face. So the whole I think it was the whole right side of his face and his eye was swollen up. He can't even open his eyes. Okay? So he decided that he's going to call the cops. So he called the cop and pressed charges against his own brother, saying that he tried to hijack his car and they took his brother to jail. So his brother was in jail for 2 days, and I'm telling you, a part of me was like, you know what, he needs to learn his lesson because you shouldn't be fighting. But then the next part is like, why are you gonna call the cops and tell them that your brother was trying to hijack the car when you know deep down in your heart that that car is for both of you guys? Not because it's in his name, but before we put it in his name, we sat down and we talked to him, and we like, you know what, we're gonna put it in your name because you have your driver's license first, okay? But the car is still for both of you guys because we're paying the insurance on the car, and we the one that pays the registration. Only thing is that the car is in his name. I didn't want it in my name because I already have my own car. And if anything happens to get into an accident, I don't want to be responsible for that. They are going to be responsible for that because they're old enough to understand that anything that happens, if the police stop them in the car, whatever, it's going to be on them. So anyway, Yasha Wenti was in jail for 2 days, and I couldn't sleep. That's the reason why I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat, and I was really trying to stay strong. I went to work, and I was really like trying not to think about it, but it was affecting me because I don't want to see none of my kids in jail. And jail is not a place for them to be. And he didn't deserve that. I mean, they always get into fights all the time. And Matthew decided that he gonna call the cops this time, and act like he didn't do nothing when he knew what he did. Oh, and he knew the situation. Why would you do that when you know the car is for both of you guys? Okay, so I don't think he had any remorse about what he did to his brother. Put his own brother in jail, okay, with a felony for carjacking, which didn't even happen because the car was still in the driveway. He's still in the car. I mean, and it's both of their cars. How could he carjack a car is for both of them? Don't make no sense. But and that was hurting me so much because I could understand how you're gonna do that to your own blood and your own. What kind of heart do you have? And then I'm like, you know what? He's just like his dad. His dad is the same way. You know, they're evil. So I had to go through that. And man, it was the worst time of my life. Didn't know what to do with myself. I feel like I didn't have anybody around because I was just going through it. I was just going through it because I was thinking about my son in jail with all these grown men, and I was thinking about what happened in jail, and he's not a bad kid. You know, I remember when I was younger, me and my siblings quarrel and fight, but it never led to the way how these boys be fighting. And and I just couldn't believe how he did that to his own brother, and don't have no kind of remorse about what he did. His thinking is he deserved it because he hit me. He punched me in the face. He hit me. And his brother's like, Mom, it doesn't matter what he did. If me and him got into it, and I would never call the cops on any of my brothers, no matter what. You know, but this one, I'm telling you, I sometimes I don't even think prayers is gonna help him, but I just pray that God touch his heart and have him change the way he thinks, and not let him be like his father, because that's the reason why we're not together, because of the way he was.
You got on my back.
And you know, and it's my kids, you know. And then I started thinking, what the hell did I do wrong when I was raising them, you know? And I start like thinking, shoot, if because the Wednesday when it happened in the morning, I was gonna call off, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to put my boss through all of that to try to find somebody to work for me and whatever. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just go to work. And then I went, and then that's what happened. If I would have stayed home, it wouldn't even had escalate to that, where punch in the face and trying to take it wouldn't have even escalated to that if I would have stayed home. So then I started thinking about that, and I started blaming myself.
Shivering.
So
I'm not gonna hurt you.
um, and I really couldn't talk to nobody because I mean the way I was feeling, I don't think nothing that they said was gonna make me feel better. So I wasn't even thinking talking to anyone about it, about the problem
What
that
happened?
the
What you?
thing that happened between in my family with my kids. So anyway, um, you know, and then the next thing my son was calling me every minute, and that didn't make me feel no better. I mean, you know, because he wanted to get out of there. Um, so today, Friday, we went to court, and
I'm sorry, I didn't have to do it.
they dropped it to a misdemeanor, but he still has to do probation, and he's coming home tonight. So I thank God for that because I was praying and praying and praying, and I asked God to uh, let him learn a lesson from that. You know, fighting doesn't solve anything, it gets you in more trouble. And I remember when I was little, I was just like him. So he got that part from me because I used to fight a lot at school. I would fight and get kicked out of school, expelled from school in Belize because I'm fighting, stabbing people in the hand and all kinds of stuff.
With what? A pencil?
Pencil. Stab them with the pencil. Okay, I can remember I stabbed this little. I don't know what happened between me and this little boy. He was teasing me or something, and I got up out of my desk and I went over to his desk and I took the pencil and stabbed him in the hand, and the pencil was stuck in his hand, and they expelled me from that school. So I think I was expelled from two schools when I was little because I was a little fighter. But then I grew up and I understand and I learned. And so I'm hoping that what he been through is a lesson for him. Because in reality, both of them was wrong. Okay? Both of them need to learn to live with each other. Both of them need to respect each other. So both of them was wrong. I don't know if Andrew's going. I don't know if he's gonna. Matthew is going to learn anything from the situation. But I know Josh, he is, because you know where he been. I don't think he wants to go back there. Okay. Um. So yeah. So look, I prayed and I prayed and I asked God, you know, to give him, touch his heart, give him a break, put the blood of Jesus over him, over both of them. My heart was so heavy. I swear, I don't want to feel like this again. It's not a good feeling. And yeah, my kids are grown, but still, I don't think nobody want to see their kids in jail. You know. And on top of that, I don't think he deserved it. I mean, he didn't deserve what his brother put on him. to have it turned into a felony. He didn't deserve that. But God works miracles. Sure did. Because he did it today. I know there's a God.
We're going in a little bit. Okay? I love you.
So, yeah. I, I don't even, I don't even know what else to say because I know when I was growing up, it was a different time. You know, this we didn't get into trouble like, well, I did because I was a little fighter, but it wasn't as bad as how what I'm going through. My parents didn't go through all that, you know, because after two school, I was straightened up because they also popped my ass. They didn't pop my ass. They beat my ass. Because in Belize back then, Belize they don't they discipline their kids. They beat their asses. So it's not like America where you can't put your hand on the kid, but they get out there on the street, they do something wrong, then the cops can do whatever they want with them. And I don't think that's fair, you know? We should be able to do what we need to do to discipline our kids. We shouldn't have to, be scared to discipline our kids in America, you know. So sometimes I wish that, my kids, my mom and dad would be alive because I swear it would have been a different situation when it came to my kids. And sometimes I was like, shoot, I wish I would have raised them back in Belize so they can know how hard it is. Because all this nice stuff over here in America, it's not, we don't have that in Belize. We do have it, but it's more expensive. You have to pay more to get it. But raising them up would have been totally different. Totally different. I've seen so many of my friends where they try to discipline their kids and they end up getting their kids taken away from them. So that was one of my things when I was growing up because when I grew up, all I knew was how my mom and my dad disciplined me. And then when I came over here in America, I had to learn the American disciplinary way. And now with these boys need a man to beat their ass so they could understand. You know, well, not beat their asses, but let them know, and understand that certain things you don't do. You know, and that's why in America you have all these kids that don't have no kind of fear because the minute they get into trouble, they know their parents can do beat their little butts or discipline them the right way because they already know that they can get on the phone and call the police or call children's services and solve that problem. But then it leads to more problems because guess what? They end up in foster care, get molested, and they be from one house to the next. So it's like this system is just, excuse my language, fucked up. Fucked up. So, you know, we just, I don't know because my kids are grown now, but they need to leave these parents so they can discipline their kids. And I don't mean discipline them like abuse, like beat them up, abuse them. No. Now that I don't agree with, but we need to find a way to discipline these kids so that they don't end up in jail or on the streets or the police doing their own kind of discipline on them, killing or innocent kids. So I think that needs to change a little bit in America. You know, um, and I think there would be better kids. It's a difficult situation. It's very complicated at times because these kids know these days don't have fear at all. Why do you think that?
Do this to her. Her mom
Because
is
of the system.
stop. Stop teaching her bad. Stop teaching her bad. You're teaching her how to come up here.
But anyway, so that's what I was going through this week, and I'm feeling much better now. I ate a little bit, but not too much. I couldn't eat too much, and I'm just drinking a lot of liquids. And hopefully Monday I feel better. Um, I didn't go to work today because I was in court all day long. On Monday I'll be back at work and be myself. Be myself again.
You cannot wait 5 minutes. You cannot wait 5 minutes.
So I'm just here. I was trying to take a little nap because I haven't slept in 2 days. When I say I haven't slept in 2 days, I was up and then I kept my husband up. So he, he is a little trooper, I swear to God, because I kept him up every minute. I'm up. I'm turning or I'm getting up. I putting on the light and just doing all kinds of stuff to try get my mind off of what I'm going through. And I'm pulling him down with me. And not one time he said anything negative. So I love him for that because you know, and he me it's like I show my emotions. He doesn't show his emotions. So I know it bothers him, but he doesn't show it. Like he doesn't show it. Me, I'll be like crying or like couldn't sleep, stuff like that. But
I know you're tired.
he told me, he said, just pray. He said, that's what I'm doing. I'm praying. But I swear, oh, he's a little trooper. And he was there. He supported me. He was there. He was there for me. But it's like, I can see sometimes he'd be like, should I hold her or shouldn't I hold her? It's like I could look at him and see that that's what he thinking. But I didn't want to be bothered. I just was going through my own thing. My son wasn't here. You know, one of my kids was missing out of my house, so I wasn't at peace. But I'm at peace now, thank Jesus.
I got it.
I mean,
Ah, shh, shh. There's nobody. Shush.
he gets
Shush.
all the
Shush.
credit.
Shush.
He gets all the credit from me because he knows what I was going through, and he was by my side. So, anyway, this is it. So I'll talk to you guys another time. Please subscribe to my channel. Press the notification button and also like my channel. You guys have a good night. Bye.